to get in the way.
You're not lack of technology. You're very good in what you do already.
Oh, that's fun. All right, I think we're live. Yay.
Yeah.
On
Hey,
YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Elizabeth. This is so wonderful having you here. I'm really excited about this to have you on Essential Stories.
me too. I'm so excited to to be with you too, Carrie.
And it's wonderful. The miracle of technology allows you to be in Singapore and allows me to be in the United States. And
Yes.
so that I'm very, very grateful for as well. Elizabeth and I have known each other for a lot of years. I don't know, maybe almost 11
Almost
September,
11.
almost
Yeah,
11 years.
almost
Yeah.
11 years. Yes.
And it feels longer. I feel like I've known you forever.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. There's so many common interests we have.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
know. I know. We could talk about a lot of different things, but today we're going to talk about your oil story. But we want the audience to get to know you a little bit in case they've never met you before. And I think bios are fine. And of course, they're important. And you can read all about Elizabeth in the description of this podcast video. But we're going to play a little game called This or That. And maybe you'll get to see a little bit of a part of her personality just by her answers. So, first question, ready?
Yes.
All right. Would you rather eat the same thing for every meal for a year or be able to eat whatever you wanted, but only once every 3 days?
The letter, the second one.
There we go. Yeah, I bet you're good at
Yes.
fasting.
Yeah.
Okay, this or that. Would you like to sell all of your possessions or sell one of your organs?
I'll never
I know.
touch my organs. I what God has given me, I would like to keep it intact.
Like to keep it intact. Yes, I agree.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to be asked the same question over and over again or never be spoken to ever again?
Oh, ask me as many times as you want to. I cannot bear not being spoken to again.
Right? I agree.
Yes.
Um, all right. So, if it were possible after you died for you to become something, would you rather be an insect or would you rather be a bat?
A bat and an insect. I believe I'll be, well, this is difficult. I think if I become a bat, I may scare a lot of people.
Right.
Yeah, so if I'm an insect, I at least I can be inconspicuous and go to places where I can hide and watch what's going on without being noticed.
Notice
So
too much.
probably
And
an insect.
hopefully not swatted or squashed, right?
Yes, hopefully not. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. If you had to get a tattoo,
Yes.
would it be the title of the last book you read or the last TV show you watched?
Wow. I think for me, I don't watch any TV show anymore
Okay.
for many years. And maybe the last book I read will be fine.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we'll go with that. Well, we have
Yes.
so much to talk about with oils. Let's switch questions. I want you to think back to
Yes.
the first memory you have of
Yes.
an essential oil. And it can be, as far back in your childhood or, maybe it was recent. So when did you first remember using an essential oil or learning about an essential, being exposed to an essential oil?
Wow. In fact, I remembered many years ago. I think that goes back easily 30 years back.
Okay.
30 years back when I was working for resort, a resort in Singapore, a Banyan Tree Resorts. And this resort is very different from the other hotels I used to work in because they like a lot of things that is natural and the resort is always with a lot of nature around. And so the company, in fact, the boss themselves like to have all these essential oils burning. At that time, I think they have no diffusers. That was 30 years ago, right?
Wow,
So
yeah.
so they use a lot of these oil burners and distribute. They are gigantic oil burners though. And they put it all over the resort, and they put oils like basil. So you can remember basil as one of the favorite oils that was being diffused throughout the whole resort. And that was my first experience of, hey, this the transformation of a concrete jungle can instantly take the shape, invite nature into the environment and become part of it. And that was so amazing.
That's great. So when you were introduced to them, did you have were you like you had a positive experience, it sounds like, from that experience?
Yes, yes.
Did you explore it any further at that time? Maybe buying something in a shop, or I don't know, what happened after that
You,
in your oil
well,
journey? Did it just end with the job, or what happened?
no, this inspired me in my to actually create my business. And at the age of, I think, 31 years old at that time, I was sick and tired of working for somebody.
Okay.
And I was telling myself, in 5 years' time, do I still want to work for somebody, or create something of my own? Even if I fail, so what? At least I've done something to create something I want, instead of always relying on my bosses. I mean, just I don't like to just be contented with what I have at that time. So
Hmm.
I said I have to start a business. I was thinking, what business can I do that would give me the that I love doing and be different from others, so
Okay.
that I have a unique selling point, and it is I don't have so many competitions.
Right.
And I started my scent company, and this is still standing after 25 years.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. And so how did you use the scents? What did you do with them?
I actually got at that time technology hasn't got it as per now, where I can install scent machines through the aircon ducting and diffuse all the scent I create for my customers. I
Okay.
actually decided to help them do memorable scents to be diffused for that the wedding, their wedding, and then
Oh,
and also the uh uh, product launches. So it was just like for a couple of hours, you get
uh-huh.
to get into a room where it smells so good and so amazing, and you take back gifts that is scented the same. Yeah,
Oh,
so that was a business that took off.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so did you use them personally at that time at all? Was it part of your healthcare routine or your personal care routine?
No, I at the time didn't uh didn't apply it on my healthcare. The reason is because it's not something that is meant to be applied on the skin,
Okay.
right? Not like
So it's
something
really
that
a perfume
oh,
grade.
those are like even when they say it's essential oils, you'll never be sure, because it's
Okay.
not something that you can apply on your skin neat. So I never did that for any healthcare, but it's just for aromatic reasons that I
Okay.
use it, because I was intrigued by the ability to help alter emotions. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And so I know you use them now, and you are a tremendous teacher around the globe about health and using essential oils for a myriad of applications, far beyond weddings or hotel scents
Yes.
or anything like that. So how did
Yes.
that shift happen? When was that moment in your journey?
I think the moment that shift was uh, when I got to know about doTERRA, when
Okay.
I got to use doTERRA after about a couple of months. And Carrie, you were coming to Singapore. And I
I
said,
remember that. I remember
yes.
I don't remember where we were, but for whatever reason, I remember the room where you were, and I was like, wow, this is such a dynamic woman. I can't wait to hear her
Do you know
story.
that
And
was that
yeah,
when you said you were coming, I reached out to you and said, Carrie, would you help me do a class because I'm still new to the doTERRA oils. Although I have some very good experience with it, I think
right.
I wasn't up to teaching a class. And since you are coming, why not, set up a class for you and invite all my friends to get them learn and be empowered with the doTERRA oils. And there I actually booked a room in Safra Toa Payoh in Singapore, paid
Right.
a couple of $100 for a 2 hour usage, and got all the flyers sent out to my friends, invite them personally. And I said, this is my first class. Would you come and support me?
And you had a
And
great turnout. There were,
yeah, there were about 50 people
I was
there.
going to say 50, 60 people there that night. It
Yes,
was,
that's right. I was like, oh, wow. And then after your session was over, we closed about 11. And after
yeah.
that, some of my friends heard how fantastic the class was. Even without attending the class, they say, just sign me up. And then that month, on the very first session, I held my essential oil class with you. I think I closed up to about maybe 16 people in that month. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So you had this community of people at the very, very beginning of your oil journey, when it took
Yes.
a more personal turn, right? When it became
Yeah.
part of your everyday life, your routine, right? Was it hard to add the oils to what you were doing already? Because I would imagine as a busy, independent entrepreneur and I know you're a mom, like there's all these other things pulling at you. You probably always were super, when I met you anyway, you seemed very healthy. Was it hard to like take this modality and put it into your life?
No, Carrie, it was not hard because I have studied about essential oils when I was starting my business. I love essential oils so much, and I really was hoping and praying that I will be able to lay my hands on the pure essential oils. I didn't get them until I met Sang Lui. And
Okay.
then and then that was when I realized, I can finally use them on my skin, and not even on my skin, I can use them internally. I was like a little kid having a candy store open to me, and wow, 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 wow. It was so easy to just get me into any oils because I just love oils by nature. Yeah.
So do you remember
So,
what
yeah.
the first, I mean, you mentioned basil. What other oils really wowed you and you started using right away?
Oh, well, there were a couple of oils when Sengli said, so Elizabeth, what are you looking for? So I
Yeah.
said, okay, if you can find me frankincense, if you can find me sandalwood or helichrysum, and even the oils of very exotic oils that I was like trying to hold my get my hands on. And Sengli was saying, oh, okay. She bought the diamond kit, right? And
Oh,
so she said,
great.
no, here, some are not open, you open it. So so I had a good time exploring the whole the whole collection. But she made a mistake of not telling me there was a diamond kit to be bought or even any kit to be bought.
Oh,
She said, here's my link. You just want to buy whatever you want, you just click this, just use this link. I I was so new, so I said, okay, I'll buy frankincense, I'll buy sandalwood, or maybe peppermint or whatever,
yeah.
So I had to pay $45 in Sing, all right, and
Right.
started my account. And later on, a couple of months later, because I didn't attend class and she didn't tell me more about that, she kept inviting me, but I was very busy at that time to attend anything. So I don't know, for one thing is I started my own LRP right after I bought my oils. And
Okay.
then the oils start coming in. I said, Same, for the third time I'm receiving the same
Oh, the
oil.
same
What's
oils.
happening? Yes.
So she
So she
has a
said,
subscription. For those of you who aren't familiar with the way doTERRA works, you can make sure you get the oils you need every month by
yeah,
putting them on a subscription, and you save money and you get some free stuff, right? So if you don't go in and change that order, you're going to get the same oils over again, right? So it
yes.
sounds like that's what
So
happened.
that was I was totally new and not I went into untreaded waters, not knowing about the loyalty reward program doTERRA has.
Right.
So I had to tell my introducer saying, I said, why am I receiving this over a couple of months? Oh, we better come and have a talk. Let's
Oh,
talk.
yeah.
And that's when I realized, oh, okay. And no, I didn't want to return them because I want to keep them. So continue with the RFPs and ever since. And then I know that then I realized, hey, there is every oil kit that I will be interested in getting. And so I got my son, I enrolled my son and bought the every oil kit.
Oh, that's so great. So I'm curious, like, what made you, it sounds like because you had a good background in essential oils with your previous business, even though they weren't for health reasons, right? They were just for the smell. Is that why you were ready to like have a full collection at the a very, very beginning of using the products?
Because of my research, even when not knowing there was a doTERRA around, I have
Right.
been studying about oils, and I was very intrigued that how the oils can help support our health. And I can tell you honestly, I may look very healthy to you when you met me. That was because I was on remission from a bout of cancer
Wow.
that I had to undergo, treatments to get myself back. But I can tell you that I wasn't having the the health I had before I had doTERRA,
Okay.
because I was always feeling bloated. I was always feeling low energy, and I didn't have I just couldn't find a solution that I can help myself get rid of all these issues about digestion. Because when I had the chemotherapy, it was actually and radiation, it was directed to help with eliminating my cervical cancer. Yeah. And so when radiation hits the area, it's really destroy a lot of things in my digestive system. Yeah. So I have to rebuild my health. And I believe I was afraid to have cancer coming back again,
Sure.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yes, because it's something I wouldn't want to go through the whole same route. And I said, if ever I had this again, I'm never going through the same route, because it's like I have been given a new lease of life. It's time to treasure my life. And if I can use these oils on a daily basis to reduce the inflammation and potentially reduce the risk of having the disease coming back, I would do anything it takes, because I have been just given a second chance to live. I'm not going to waste it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
what were the oils that were most precious to you at that time? What were the oils that you were,
Mm.
using to support your health and help you get
Frankincense is
through
for
this and
one.
help you get better? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Frankincense was one of the oils that
Frankincense.
I
Yeah.
definitely would take internally,
Okay.
a few drops 2 times a day. I would use oils to help reduce my stress, like lavender or even a lavender piece, which we call Serenity
Right.
in US. I
US.
would
Yeah.
use citrus oils and water every single day, you know, and of course, looking and learning about how wonderful the 10 oils in the basic collection is, I almost in fact I do it every day, and more than 10 oils. I wouldn't have gotten out of my shower without using at least 30 kinds of oils and products infused with essential oils. That's
Wow.
how I will start my day.
And where do you keep them? Like, do you have them, like you were saying, you get out of the shower. Do you use them in the shower, like after you get out of the shower? Do you dry brush? Like, How do you get all
Okay.
these oils in your,
Oh,
fit them all in?
all right. So what happened is that when I am stepping into the shower, I have a habit of just dropping a few drops on the sh on my shower in on the floor, and
Okay.
then get the water to hit on and let the whole bathroom smell so amazing.
Yeah.
And of course, I will use a doTERRA moisturizing bar or a Serenity bar soap because I love bar soaps. I don't like liquid stuff.
Liquids, yeah. I do too.
Yeah,
I like the
so
bar.
I'll use that to clean myself and shampoo. It literally in my bathroom, it's a doTERRA showcase. It's shampoo, it's conditioner, it's everything, toothpaste. And one thing about toothpaste is that if I have never in the past my family, my father especially, was very particular about us when we were growing up to visit the dentist every 6 months,
Okay.
and then it follows through as a habit, but it's a reminder for me to visit a dentist whenever I see plaque in my
Yeah.
teeth, right? So that would be a time where I say I have to go to the dentist. Other times it will be every 6 months I'll see plaque and then I'll go
Yeah. And
to
it's okay.
dentist.
It's time. It must be 6 months. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And it's true enough, it's always 6 months I see a whole plaque there. But ever since I started doTERRA's On Guard toothpaste, and I never see any plaque. I never had to go to their dentist. In fact, I haven't visited a dentist in 9 or 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Because the thing about dentists is like the intention is to scale it off, right? But
Right.
after scaling it off, I don't like the fact that they give a lot of chemicals in my mouth.
Yeah.
They put a lot of chemicals in my mouth, and then that aftertaste is like, I don't
Mm.
know if my cells like all these chemicals. Is so
Yeah.
synthetic, right? So
Right.
that's why that deters me from going to the dentist. And that's when I realized I didn't have to go dentist because I don't have gum problems. I have
Yeah.
perfect oral health. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I think that's beautiful. I share the same experience. Like my mouth feels so clean now. It's just like a different, it really
Yes.
has made a difference. So
Yes.
let's move on to the joy of sharing.
Right.
What motivated you? You already had a business, you already had a life, you were already using, you had these wonderful oils that you were enjoying. Why go the extra step and start talking to people about them?
I feel that after a while, when I have gotten the experience of helping myself and my immediate families regain back their health and wellness, and they are really very impactful. And for my family to be able to use these oils to get rid of the bout of medications they were on, or for, like, for example, my brother who for 10 years could not eat seafood because
Oh,
of the kind of medications he was on, which his condition will do a lot of flaring up and all that. And his skin was really very bad. He was
okay.
always going in and out of hospitals every quarterly to get the inflammation subsided and that the infection on the skin is being controlled. And I'm just like so happy that the usage of the cleanse and restore and the products in doTERRA helped him. So, and I know he's not alone in this world that had to fight with skin issues. So it's out of wanting to help many more people,
Yeah.
I decided to do it. Even if I'm not earning anything at that time, I wasn't even aware of the much of the commission or the structure
Right.
and all that. I just went to share. It's only after many times of sharing, my friends who love the oil started to ask me, so Liz, is there any way we can also do this as a business? I said,
Uh-huh.
oh, is that what you want? So I had to start learning about the commission
Okay.
structure to be able to help them. Yes.
And you were very quick study, I know, because you have a great business mind, and you've helped so many people. Now, I know this is a very like almost impossible question to answer, but
Yeah.
is there that one person that you're so grateful for because the oils transformed their life and you were able to help, like that there was that one moment that you were so glad that you helped that person, and even if you're having a bad day or people aren't interested in the oils, you still want to share because you know that one person could still be out there, you know that there's still so many more other people that need to be helped.
Yes, there are so many people that I have helped that make such big transformation in their lives. Of course, one of them is Deborah Wong, and I believe
Yeah.
you know her.
Yes, I do.
Um,
That's a
yeah, we were
remarkable
we
story.
I believe that if I hadn't actually shared a bottle of breathe, like putting it on her hands and get her to breathe better, because I noticed when we were in a personal development course and we were in the restroom, she was having breathing difficulty and not having a good time.
Hmm.
And so I gave her a drop of breathe and taught her how to breathe, and she found that so useful. And so that started her interest in knowing more about the essential oils. And so got her into a class where we talk about the 10 oils, and she got herself set up with an account. But it was only perhaps about 6 months later, and she called me this one day. She said, I've been diagnosed with an incurable disease, and doctor says that I could possibly live for the most 3 to 5 years. And this is something that like shocked me. And she said that, well, I have gone through depression, but I'm back here. I want to ask you what kind of oils can help me slow down this ALS, which is a neurodegenerative disease.
Yeah.
She said, I don't believe there's nothing out there that can help me, you know, she just believed that there's something out there that could help support her and prolong her life, because she has 3 young kids. At
Yeah.
the time, they were only 2, 4, and 6 years old, and she was only 31 years old. So I had to pull through everything I know about stuff I've learned. And I said, try this. But the one of the most important thing I told her is, I want you and your husband get to learn about aroma touch massage, because this is going to help you reduce the inflammation,
Right.
reduce that, boost your immunity and get your stress level down to be in a homeostasis level. This is where you can start, right? And that's when every single day without fail, Fabian would do aromatage for her. And later on, they got the helper to help out, as Fabian actually, after all, have to earn a living too by
Right.
working, right? So this hasn't stopped, and I think as a result of not succumbing to further deterioration, what doctors predicted was 3 to 5 years. She is now she has survived and thrived over 7 years,
Seven
and
years.
7 years. And
Wow.
usually when people get diagnosed with this kind of disease, within 1 year, you get bedridden and you get tube fed, right?
Right.
And the quality of life is
Terrible.
zero, in my opinion. But Deborah is still able to enjoy her favorite food. Is
And she
still able
travels.
to,
I see her
I can tell
all
you,
over social media. And she's traveling and
she's such an
working.
amazing
Yeah.
woman, and to see her be able to help others as well, it's like blow my mind,
Yeah.
just blow my mind. And she's one of those leaders that, wow, I never knew what grew as just a drop of brief could grow into a blue diamond leader.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your that moment of starting to share with someone, right? So you could have ignored the fact that she was having trouble breathing and just assumed she has a cough drop in her purse or she has her own medicine and you don't want to get involved because that's none of your business. I think a lot of us can feel kind of shy or feel like it's not our place to help people. But one of the reasons I wanted you to share this is that without that, she may not even I don't want to overspeak, but I really feel like your act of kindness has had a ripple effect through thousands, I mean, if not tens of thousands of lives because of that. I mean, that's something I think that is really important for people to understand. Like, don't minimize a small act of kindness and what it potentially could do for someone.
Absolutely. I think even if you get rejected, so what? You know, maybe it's not time yet. It's okay. But you
Yeah.
have already sowed a seed. But what if it turns out to be a life-changing and life-saving or life-extending experience for someone else, like a person like Deborah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
if that drop is going to be able to cause that ripple effect?
Yeah, no,
And
I'm so
yeah,
grateful to you and everything you've done and all the amazing charitable work you've done. I mean, we could talk about your oil journey for literally for hours, but we don't have that kind of time today, unfortunately. I want to get now to, we're going to change gears a little bit. Tell me
yes.
what your top five products are right now. The things in, it doesn't have to be oils specifically, but like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm really excited about right now in doTERRA.
First of all, Meta Power.
Meta
The first
Power.
thing in the morning, Meta Power Advantage. All right. That's my sachet. That's where I get back my doing doing feel on my skin. And for someone who's going to be 60 next year,
Wow.
look, not really
No.
something I worry about having wrinkles, fine lines, or pigmentation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the energy. You know, Meta Power is something that I love because of its ability to give me that again, that energy, the vitality, and no jet lag after many hours of being on the plane, 20, 30
Oh.
hours. That is the thing that you need to go for. Then the other thing that, of course, I love tea tree. It's
Okay.
my it's my oil for getting myself clean on my skin, the skin doctor. Frankincense, literally, it's the king of oils. How can I miss that out? And rose, of course, every day or every time, whenever, whatever I do, it's rose, rose, rose. Yeah. So,
Yes.
and I'm just like a sucker for rose. Plus, my top blue oil would be blue tansy.
Blue tansy.
Blue tansy. I can tell you lots of stuff that I use blue tansy for, but I cannot. If you tell me five things, it's not enough.
Not it's not possible.
Not enough. Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
possible. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So
Impossible.
what is your favorite product to share with someone?
Oh, to share with someone
Like
who
to
is
introduce them to doTERRA for the first time. They know nothing about doTERRA. They've never used an essential oil before, and you're gonna open the door for them. Where are you gonna start?
I will always take wild orange,
Wild orange.
which is so easy
Yeah.
because everybody knows what orange is. And so it's not intimidating. It's something
Okay.
familiar, and yet you don't get that skin sensitivity. So wild orange first, where I can drop it in the water, or I just let them smell it first.
I love
And
that.
and whatever they're comfortable with, and let them do it first. Wild orange, any citrus was. In
Okay.
fact, wild orange is the cheapest and the
Okay.
most the easiest. Yeah.
And is there an oil that you just don't like that you're like, well, I know it's good for me, but I'm just not going to use that?
Carrie, there is no oils that I wouldn't like. I can tell
Wow.
you
Okay.
they are all my babies. Okay, they are all
Oh,
my babies. If you said I don't like you, it's hurting their feelings. It's hurting their feelings. God do not produce things that do not serve us or benefit us. How could you
true.
say I don't like you? It's just like pointing to one of my child and say I don't like you. I hate your smell and stuff like that. How would the child feel? You think they will give you a lot of benefits the moment you use them
No.
next time and you really need it? No, I never like to say that and never like to hear anyone saying that either.
I love
Yes.
that. Oh, that's so beautiful. Perfect answer.
Yes.
All right, Elizabeth, this has been delightful. I hate to do this. We have to wrap it up. Our half an hour went
Oh,
by so
sure.
quickly.
Yes.
I do want to thank you. I also want to remind the audience that we will give you the details where you can reach out to Elizabeth. She is a encyclopedia of essential oil knowledge, and she is the heart as big as the world and beyond. And so connecting with her brings nothing but joy and grace. So please reach out to her and get to know her and follow her on social media, and you will be very happy that you had a chance to connect. But I am so grateful for your time. I like to end the show with 10 fun questions. Here's how it works. You're just going to say one word or a phrase. Don't explain it. And the most important thing, we will be very quiet in ending the show because I want people to hang on to the last word that's said. Are you ready? Okay. So my first question is, tell me something, a smell that you hate.
Bad breath.
Bad breath. Okay. A smell that you love.
Rose.
Rose. What gives you the greatest sense of peace?
Wow. When I'm in my prayers and connecting with God.
What irritates you the most?
Ignorance, people's ignorance.
What's your favorite character trait in a human being?
Honesty.
Hmm. What's your favorite guilty pleasure?
Um, so much. Um, well, I think guilty prep, to be on. Okay, so short videos.
Love it. Short video. Ah. What's the last food you'd like to eat before you die?
Durian.
Durian? If you had a magic wand and you could eradicate any disease or illness, which would you eradicate first?
If I have a magic wand,
Mhm.
I thought about this. If one can help to eradicate illness, it would be people's ignorance.
Oh, okay.
Ignorance is a disease.
It is a disease.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. So she came up with the problem and the solution. Very important. Okay. If I gave you 500 US dollars
Yes.
and you can't spread it out, you have to put it in one place, use it
Okay.
in one way, what would you do with
Right.
it?
I was thinking about it and I said it must be the aura meter that I want to get.
Okay. And lastly, what one word would you like to leave the audience with today?
Mm. Intention.